Let me see if I got this straight. Man with large public following cheats on wife in a public space and someone sees them, the whole thing explodes on the internet. Wife leaves shitty man and internet is mad at shitty man. Man loses job. Waits a few years, starts a podcast called Rock Bottom, where he then proceeds to use the woman he cheated on to gain views and clout while simultaneously displaying a shocking lack of personal growth. Got it. That can be the video, guys. Thanks for watching. That about sums it up. Just kidding. Now we're gonna sit here and go through the entire dumpster fire of a podcast. It's real bad. Nothing like a good dose of positivity for your day. All right, so the podcast has a little intro. It starts with this.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer.
I'm already annoyed. He just said his name and I'm like, done. I actually did make a video on this entire thing when it happened several years ago, and I'm gonna play a couple of clips from that because I did a pretty good recap. Enjoy. So Ned Fulmer is a member of the Try Guys. They have a YouTube channel where they try things. I know, crazy. And lately they've been editing Ned Flanders out of their video because, well, he got caught up in a cheating scandal. And not only was it a cheating scandal, it was with an employee. Yeah, so it was pretty bad. I mean, him and his wife have been together forever since they were very young. They grew up together. And now they have a family, they have 2 kids. Like, he just literally took his entire life, his entire career, and set it on fire.
3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my producer. It became a massive public scandal that caused a lot of pain to a lot of people.
To a lot of people, like, you know, your wife. Like, he put so much emphasis on the audience and the people that trusted him. That's all like some self-serving ego bullshit, and I'm gonna get into that because he drives me absolutely up a wall. He doesn't give a shit about the people watching him. He gives a shit about the people continuing to watch him because he wants to further his career. And he didn't seem to care so much about his wife until he got caught. So there's that. Other people harmed in the making of this affair, obviously the children, but the girl he was with was also with someone. She was in a relationship for 10 years and engaged.
How long have you and your fiance been together?
10 years.
10
What?
years.
Oh God, all of it just makes me so uncomfortable. And one of the things that really irritates me is that he refers to her as my producer, which to me is very vague. Like, this woman was an employee, right? He's the guy in charge. It's his company, him and his friends, the Try Guys, and now this girl is getting hired from previously being a fan of his.
I was actually a really big Try Guys fan before I worked with you, so I was really excited to do the video.
Wait, what? So the power dynamic there is incredible. So for him to be like, with my producer, it just doesn't quite give it the intensity that it needs, I guess, to fully convey what he did.
I know that I represented myself as a kind of wife guy who talked about his relationship and put that out there.
Oh, he put that out there, and it was not a little bit.
My wife, 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 my wife.
I'm married to my wife.
Normally the people that are screaming the biggest compliments about themselves or trying the hardest to put on a certain facade are doing just that. They're putting on a facade and it's not true to who they are.
Hello, I am Onision, the most honest YouTuber, or maybe one of the most honest YouTubers. I don't know of anyone more truth-telling than me, but I'm one of the most honest YouTubers, if not the most honest YouTuber. Some people consider me to be the most honest YouTuber. One of the most honest YouTubers on the internet. The most honest YouTuber.
There's a reason people call me the most brutally honest YouTuber. It's because I fucking am.
My wife. 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 I'm the one that always talks about his wife and his baby. I'm the quote-unquote responsible one, but really, I can be quite irresponsible.
And the sad thing is that's only about half the clips of him doing that I have. Let's keep going.
I betrayed my spouse, co-workers, friends, family, and I betrayed you.
He keeps talking like this and it's driving me nuts. I remember hearing it and being annoyed with it, and then I watched Penguin's video on it and he complained about the vocal fry too, so I'm really glad it's not me. I'm really glad it's not me. It feels so forced.
And I know it's not just about cheating, that I was a company owner and having a relationship with a producer, was engaged and friends with all of our friends and coworkers.
It just feels like he's trying so hard to come off right now like he's just this like sad little puppy.
It was understandably a messy and devastating situation for everyone involved.
Yeah.
And I was the cause of it. I did that. And I can't change it. I can't change the past. I can own it and accept it and try to change how I show up differently in the future.
I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable. Did you guys hear the gulp? Make it less obvious that you're like putting on a show here.
So I wanted to say that I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So he's trying to make a comeback with this stupid podcast called Rock Bottom. And he's introing an even more awkward clip of the podcast with his wife. He's introing it with this weird apology video. Now, YouTuber apology videos are a beautiful, beautiful thing. And this could not be more like classic. He has chosen a white background, a white table, a white shirt. This is something a lot of people do, and I don't know why he chooses to do, like, this is not like a new thing, right? It's not like he's entering the world of YouTuber apology videos for the first time. He doesn't know how to handle it, and he hasn't seen the pushback or criticisms of other videos. Like, you can look into it just for 2 seconds and see the standard all white background is trying so hard to be like, look at me and how pure and innocent I am, and I want to be washed of my sins. And it's just, it is symbolic and it is intentional, and it just kind of adds to the feeling that I already have of this being so put on. He wants you to feel bad for him so hard.
One step is to publicly witness the pain of my partner.
Why?
Ariel.
Why publicly?
This is a conversation with Ariel in this video, but it's necessary for her to move forward, and I'm grateful
Why?
for the chance to witness it. Yeah.
For her, okay, I'm so annoyed. I'm so grateful for the chance to witness it because it's necessary for her. She needs this, Okay. She needs this, it's all for her, it's not for me. Because I'm trying to make a comeback to the internet that hates me, and I'm trying to be successful again in the world of content creation with my rock bottom podcast because I hit rock bottom. Feel sorry for me. This is for you, Ned. This is for you. At the end of this, she has a chance to speak on whether or not she even wants to have a social media presence, and her answer was a hard pass. Like, no thank you. I don't want to be an influencer. I don't want to have anything recorded anymore. She was very clear. The person benefiting from this is Ned. So the way he's positioning himself as like some kind of hero to her,
As disappointed as we were that something so private and painful became such a public spectacle.
You were disappointed that it was public? You are an idiot, Ned. Okay? You have a social... I'm so angry. I'm sorry. I need to tone it down. Okay? Ned, you have a large social media following. At least you did before you tanked your career and your entire life. And when you have that many eyeballs on you, you can't be an idiot. You can't go out in public places with your mistress and think no one's gonna see you, wife guy.
He went to a Harry Styles concert with this Alex girl, and they were like hanging out in an inappropriate way.
So fans came up to him and they wanted to take pictures with him. Like, what is it? What is it with men thinking they can just stroll out into the public eye, being unfaithful, and that no one's gonna notice? And whether or not you're the CEO at a Coldplay concert or Ned Fulmer, like, it doesn't really matter. But honestly, I feel like Ned is a bigger moron because he has a large social media following. The kiss cam just so happened to land on this CEO guy. I'm so glad that it did because screw him. But like, Ned, what are you doing? Do people just think that it's just never gonna happen to you? You're gonna get away with it forever? And then you have the nerve to sit here and say, I never wanted it to turn into such a public thing. Well, you should have thought of that.
I get why people were so outraged, and I understand that that is the reason that she can't move forward with any sort of public thing without addressing this.
What public thing? She doesn't want to do anything public. I mean, like going out in public, but you're making it seem like social media, and that's not something she's interested in.
From my perspective, I want to tell stories of curiosity and empathy.
Okay, so I know this is like nitpicking. I know I'm nitpicking right now. But when he talks about himself and what he wants to accomplish, he gets this like little smirk on his face, this little smile.
I know that from my perspective, I want to tell stories.
Dude, you are in the apology segment of this weird podcast thing, and you're talking about how you destroyed your marriage and your life, and you hurt somebody. At no point in there is there a moment that it's like, and also, I'm coming out with new content, guys. And like, sure, he maintains his sad puppy dog face, but you see the mask fall. I'm gonna do this thing where I want to talk about people hitting rock bottom and having empathy for them. No, you want empathy for you. You want people to have empathy for you because you haven't gotten a lot of it.
Hope that you find this impactful. So please join me for this conversation.
Okay, well, now we're gonna get into it, okay? Everybody stretch, do your stretches, get ready, because we're gonna get into this wildly uncomfortable podcast. I am cringing even, like, it's really so bad. But before we get into it, I do have a sponsor today, which I think I might need. Thank you so much to Fume for sponsoring this video, helping keep this channel alive, allowing me to make free content. So, flavored air is quickly becoming the alternative to vaping and smoking. Have you ever caught yourself reaching for a bad habit? You don't even think about it, it's just sort of reflexive. Maybe out of stress, boredom, or the intense, awkward feeling you get when you watch Ned Fulmer. So with Fume, it's not about quitting, it's about replacing. They offer a simple and enjoyable way to break away from bad habits, while still having something really satisfying to reach for. Fume is different because there's no smoke, no vapor, no nicotine, just natural flavored air that gives you something to reach for without the chemicals. Sometimes breaking a habit isn't just about willpower, it's about having something better to reach for instead, and Fume gives you that alternative. It has a magnetic, fidget-friendly design, and they have flavors that actually taste good. My favorite is crisp mint, and right now if you order the Journey Pack using my code Jaclyn, Jaclyn, you can get a free Fume topper. Go to tryfume.com/Jaclyn, or you can just scan that QR code on screen and get yours today. And if you do this long enough, it starts to sound like Ned Fulmer's voice. Oh my God, is he in here?
Well, here we are.
Back again.
Again. It feels weird. It feels a little awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels a lot of awkward. I am so not excited about this, guys. And forgive me in advance, because I know I'm about ready to get angry again. You're getting angry me today.
I mean, we've certainly had a lot of conversations where we've sat like this.
Yeah, that's true.
But not, conversations that are meant for the public.
Mm-hmm. Is it strange to think that people are watching this and listening to it rather than just being in like a therapy setting?
Oh, heck yeah.
I mean, that's literally what she just said. She said it's strange being here like this. And he's like, so yeah, is it strange? Get ready for more awesome questions from Ned.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm on the verge of like standing up and walking out of this room. Absolutely.
Same.
Same. Oh my God, I'm like feeling the same thing. A really big pet peeve of mine, and just people in general, but I see it a lot with him, is when you express something that you're struggling with or going through, or you're trying to just tell someone your experience, and their response is like, yeah, me, same. And actually, even more for me, because here's why. Oh, you had 2 wisdom teeth pulled. I had 4 pulled. You didn't get to finish your sentence. They will interrupt you to tell you that they're either sharing the same struggle or have even a bigger struggle. It just feels like you're not giving her her moment to talk about how she's feeling. And he's just taking every opportunity to pull it back in and make it about him. And you'll see what I mean as we go through this, because he does it all of the time.
Yeah, we've kind of been just keeping our lives very private for the last 3 years.
We have.
Just almost hiding from the world.
We've been hiding. We've been hiding from the world. And I'm not going to lie, it's been kind of great. Mm-hmm. It's been kind of great to be super private.
So she likes it. She doesn't even want to be public. She wants to move on. They all want to move on. And for some reason, she's under the impression that she has to do this to move on, even though she has no interest in re-entering the world of social media. Which, by the way, girl, if you decide to, you would have overwhelming support.
And it's ironic because we don't stop becoming recognizable figures. People still come up to us. People still recognize us. And to the extent that we're kind of moving forward in our lives.
I mean, are they? I don't believe it's something that they just get nonstop all the time. I can't leave there. They're so famous that they get stopped everywhere. Like, I don't think Ned is that cool that he has that type of visibility to people. It's also been 3 years, and the internet has a very short attention span. They may have had some bad experiences, definitely, when everything was going on originally, but I can't help but feel like he is somehow in her head making her feel like she has to do this for her when it's something that he needs for his career, because it doesn't seem to make sense to me. I want to hear her, and everybody's feelings are different, and her feelings are valid. If she feels that she needs this, then fantastic. I'm glad she's doing it, even though she literally said she wants to get up and leave the room. There's obviously some resistance in there, and I want her to do whatever she needs to get that closure. And if this is it, fantastic. I just really, really hope that it's not something he manipulated. That's all I'm saying.
And that's the whole reason that we're here, because we're stuck in 2022.
Yeah, at least as far as they know.
Exactly. we have moved on with our lives.
Yeah, we've moved on for a while
We
now.
have moved on with our lives.
If you meet people in the real world, you make friends in the real world, then, they're going to get to know you. There is not any necessity to put this on the internet, truly. Like, it will go away. This podcast, I swear to you, is only going to make it worse. It is only going to make it... The amount of people talking about this and how horrible this podcast was is only going to reopen more wounds. And I feel so bad that, she's agreed to do this thing under this pretense of it helping them move on, when I think it's going to just make it so much harder to move on.
Publicly reestablish the context of who we are, how we relate to each other after being so public with our relationship before.
Okay, I'm gonna get off this point. I just really feel like this is something that Ned needs. There is no reestablishing context for what happened. Like, we don't need new context. We know what happened. It was shitty. You were shitty. End of story. If you guys have found a way to work out your life post cheating, that's great. They still have to co-parent. Even someone does something and you end up having to get out of the marriage, but you have kids. You don't really get to have a clean break from a person. It's not like a normal breakup. You're going to be connected to this person until the day that they're gone. So get used to it, right? Get used to co-parenting. I get it. But none of that requires this like weird public walk of shame that he wants her to participate in. It's very weird to me.
I feel like I just sort of hid away from it, you know?
Same.
Yep. Me too. Attention on me, please.
And going completely dark was the only thing that I could think to do.
I don't know what it is. There's like a weird hum in the background of this video that's driving me nuts. I don't know if I'm just like weird about sounds and things. I hear everything, and there's an audio thing where it's like in the background. Do you guys hear it? Am I going crazy? Leave a comment if I'm going crazy. All right, thank you.
Just going out to dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing that people see is the scandal.
Yeah. That's a big loss.
It's a big loss, but it's a really strange way to go about your normal life. Mm-hmm. You know, like I am a human who has needs. Like I want to have regular friends. And I don't want to like walk up to somebody that I want to be friends with at like preschool and have to start every conversation with like, my personal life is a dumpster fire, as I'm sure you know, but also, do you want to be friends with me?
She does go on to say later in this that she was able to make some real friendships and people have accepted her fully and they have really not cared at all about her drama, which is great. But I feel like right now what she's doing is she's working through like an insecurity that she has that people care, right? Like, I get it to a degree, like, not anywhere near as bad as what she had to go through, but when I had to deal with like the whole weird situation that I was in, I had people look at me like that too for a while. I remember very specifically, I was at my friend Jesse's house hanging out with some friends and we ordered food, and the person who delivered the food looked through the living room, pointed at me and said, "Hey, you're that girl who got cheated on." Which is not how you want people to like label you, or they look at you and that is all that you are to them. I mean, not like he knew me beyond that, but I understand her feeling of not wanting people to just look at her in public and she doesn't know if they recognize her or not. She doesn't know if they're looking at her and like pitying her. That's not something anyone ever wants to feel. It's not a good feeling. So I get it. And I understand that she thinks this podcast is a ticket out, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think that you're reopening something that people were already pretty much long past. You know, like I said, the internet forgets. People don't keep things in their head that long. And I think now it's a lot more fresh in people's minds. And if you did find somebody who judged you for that, then like screw that person. That's a very strange thing to be judgmental for. Now, Ned, on the other hand, I feel like he might struggle, you know. I certainly think he's going to struggle to date. And I think that she was just convinced that this is something she needed to do to free herself of that fear. And I hope it was cathartic, but all of this just feels very beneficial to him for the most part as he's trying to launch his new podcast.
I remember I have met some people, like made new friends or kind of introduced myself to strangers. It's like, oh, let's exchange Instagrams. I'm like, well,
right?
Here's mine, but couple of caveats. One, I have a lot more followers than you might expect. Two, all of this is pretty outdated. And three, don't Google me.
Don't Google me. You
Just
probably don't want to Google me.
Get to know me first.
Oh, I've got so many followers. Like, just, you want my Instagram? Who's asking for your Instagram? What person does it? Who makes a friend and is like, oh, what's your Insta? Like, that's not something that happens unless you're dating, right? Unless you're trying to go on a date, then I would want to like look at somebody's Instagram. So at this point, I feel like he's just talking about chicks. He's trying to get chicks interested in him, and they ask about his Instagram, and he's like, oh, I might have a lot of followers, and don't Google me. You ought to consider just mentioning your past on a date, because there's no hiding from it, ever. Until the very last breath you take, if you ever try to enter any kind of romantic relationship, you're gonna have to explain this, and you're gonna have to find someone who's willing to accept it.
You don't want to be just sort of seen as the sum of your mistakes for me, or the sum of your past for you.
Okay. On one hand, I understand what he's saying. Like, I think every human being is capable of doing horrible things, right? And I don't think when people do horrible things, it should absolutely ruin every aspect of their life. Do I think he deserved to lose, his marriage in this? Yeah. That's hard. Do I think he deserved to lose his job that he built on being a wife guy? Yeah. Do I think the rest of his life forever needs to be ruined? No. But that would have to be him really owning what he did in a way that was genuine and not self-serving. Because all of this is coming off very self-serving, very awkward. He is not doing a good job at winning anybody over in this. And I think that's where he's going wrong. It's just, he just clearly does not get it. He doesn't understand how to redeem himself in the eyes of the public. And I truly think he should give this up. I think it's time to find a new job. Good luck out there.
And the challenging thing is it's been complicated for a while. I mean, we are still friends. We have children together. We go on trips together.
God, I can't imagine like dating other people, which I think they are both dating other people, and then still going on trips with each other. Like, is there like significant other going too? Like, oh God, it's so awkward. This is so awkward. I can't imagine how awkward that must be. I'm happy though for their kids that they're able to like spend time together peacefully. That's not something I ever grew up with. So when I see parents working through their stuff to like still be kind to each other because they have kids and they want to like enjoy that, power to them.
The way that everyone wants to know, like, are you guys still like an item? Are you guys still a couple? Like, no. We really haven't been at all this last 3 years.
No, we haven't.
Like, there's moments when we kind of tried, but
Oh God, it's so awkward. It's so awkward. He looked so sad when he said no. Like he was almost looking at her to be like, but do you want to say yeah? Do you want to try again? And then he said that they have tried. Oh God, I don't even want to think about it. I feel so bad for her. That's got to be so like heartbreaking over and over and over again.
People ask me, like, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And I mean, the answer is no. Absolutely not. How can you forgive somebody for lying to you, for cheating on you? No. Fuck no. Like that, like I don't even it's sorry, I saw red for a minute. It's like, no, the answer is no.
Good for her. Good for her. Also, if that's how she looks when she sees red, what an angel. I like this answer because it feels very honest. I think forgiveness is wonderful when you can do it, but I feel like people have over glorified it to the point of feeling like you need to forgive somebody when they hurt you. And I don't think you do. And I don't think you need to forgive someone to even continue the relationship. Like someone can do something so hurtful that you literally never forgive, but you might still be willing to work on the relationship. I certainly have experienced that. Even with family, like sometimes things happen that are so horrible that you're never going to forgive, right? You're never going to let that thing go. There's always going to be a little bit of a damaged spot on that relationship, but you could still think that you have enough positivity around that person or love for that person that you want to continue the relationship. You're just a little wounded. And you're always going to be. I don't think you should have to forgive the other person. And people say, oh, you're forgiving them for yourself. I don't like that either. Because I just feel like you're just gaslighting yourself to think you're not allowed to have your own emotions. That's how I feel. Power to you if you can forgive and move on. But if you can't, that's okay too. You can heal. You can heal and process and move on and not let the other person like metaphorically off the hook ever for something they've done. And they need to know that because they need to never do it again.
Forgiveness isn't the goal at this point. Mm. You know, we've been together for a long time. Mm. And you are the father of my two beautiful children. And we know each other really well. And we've worked through a lot of stuff, and the fact that I can be around you and still like have a good time and like enjoy spending time with you and enjoy spending time with my kids, like, I think that's a win.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like you can still choose to have a person in your life to whatever degree, and not necessarily forgive them. And she shouldn't have to.
It's hard to hear you saying like, fuck no, I don't forgive you. Like, of course I get it. I mean, you're still As much progress as we've had, you're still very angry.
Yeah, of course I'm angry.
I don't like that he said that. It just felt like a little bit guilt trippy to me. Like, after all this progress we made, you're still angry. I get the sense that he's trying to almost make her look bad in this situation. And that feels yucky.
Like, yeah, of course I'm still angry. We lost a lot.
She deserves to be angry. You're not the victim, Ned. You're not the victim. And I feel so bad. This next part's really hard to watch.
And I was so blindsided that somebody sent me a picture, and I couldn't. It was like my brain couldn't compute. And it's like, for some reason I didn't see what was actually there in the picture. I thought it was your sister. And I remember sending it to you and being like, what's your sister doing in New York? It was, and I think back on that and I think, like, what was I, like, how did I not see what was going on? Like, what was so fucked up in my brain that I couldn't actually see what was happening in this picture? Like, the picture was right there in front of me. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's so tough. There was nothing fucked up about her, and I hate that she's placing blame on herself for not seeing it, because she was a good wife who fully trusted her husband. She had no reason in the world to not love and trust him fully, and that's how she operated in the relationship. So, of course you see something, and her first instinct was to give him the benefit of the doubt, or think positively about him, because it just wouldn't ever even have occurred to her. There's nothing fucked up about you. There's something fucked up about him. You are good and pure and have been put into a terrible position. It's not your fault. There's nothing wrong with you that you weren't more jaded. That was a good thing.
You're not safe. You know? And it kind of like, and then after everything happened, I sort of went into this, like, this weird state where, like, nothing was safe, and nothing and nobody, like, I couldn't trust anybody. I couldn't trust the public. I couldn't trust you. I couldn't trust my friends. I just stayed inside, like, because there were cameras everywhere. You know, it was like, it was so unsafe. Everything was unsafe. Yeah, it took a long time to like get back to myself.
How did having it become such a public scandal kind of change everything for you?
That's your response? She's sitting there sharing with you the trauma that she faced and how deeply it affected her. And his response is like, so how did it feel when it was public? Did you hear anything she just said? Or are we just going to pretend like nothing came out of her mouth just now? That she didn't say something incredibly vulnerable? We're just going to just skip it. Let's talk about the public scandal. I don't even like it being called the scandal. For me, actually, I remember, this is like so triggering. For me, it was called the drama. I don't want to have to always talk about the drama. And now he's sitting there saying the scandal because he doesn't want to say, how did it feel when it was so public that I cheated on you? When I ruined our marriage? When I broke your heart?
Because of things I did that caused you to experience that.
Yeah.
What was that moment like when everything changed for you?
It was fantastic, Ned. Thank you for asking.
Awful, obviously.
What kind of question was that? The moment you found out that your entire marriage was shattered, the man that you have grown up with and married and had children with, what did it feel like to know that I didn't respect you at all or our marriage? How did that feel?
I think there was a lot of sort of delusions and rationalizations that you, as the person doing that, sort of are telling yourself as to why it's not so bad, or why it's going to be okay, or why actually this talked about it in this way. And then it's like, I remember that moment, it all just kind of like,
Oh no, I got caught.
fell down, where I
Didn't think I was gonna.
could see how devastated and
Because I got caught.
completely traumatized you were. And then it was just like, oh, everything changed for me as well.
Everything changed for me. The moment you caught me, the moment I was exposed, and everything, my whole world was shattered. Dude, this was not like a one-time thing. You had been seeing this girl for almost a year on the side. And it takes you getting caught for you to say that your whole world fell apart. This is not a Me Too moment for you, Ned. I don't feel sorry for you. She has opened up about so much and been so vulnerable and talked about how, like, legitimately traumatized she is because of all this. And he is going to have the audacity to sit there and be like, in the moment I got caught, it was just so hard for me to get caught.
Like, oh no, this is like I've been hurting this person that I love this whole time.
She looks disgusted.
You didn't realize until then.
Well, but then there's other things you tell yourself to kind of sort of compartmentalize, or I guess.
Oh my God.
Interesting.
Oh. Good. Let him sit in it. Feel awkward. Feel really uncomfortable.
Like a addictive cycle, kind of feeling really guilty and ashamed, and then
Doing it again?
telling yourself
10
the
months?
ways in which it's, kind of just lying to yourself, and then
No, you were lying to her.
yeah.
I love her little just like, interesting. I hate the word compartmentalize. I was able to compartmentalize, just, I was married in some of the compartments, and in some of the compartments I just like was not married. I was just able to separate those things, I've had that said to me before, by the way. Compartmentalization is a skill many people have, apparently.
Yeah, shame and
Shame
guilt
and guilt that they've been holding.
Mhm.
It's almost like they feel so much relief, but the partner then has to accept it.
He said that when he was able to talk openly with her about what he'd been doing, about his affair, that he felt a sense of relief. But it's such a selfish thing to say. I mean, sure, whatever, I'm not going to say he didn't feel that way, and I've heard a lot of people say they feel that way, but it pisses me off because the moment you get to feel relieved, someone else's entire life falls apart.
I was the victim of this situation, and yet when you told me, I had to accept your guilt and your shame.
And what she says is really interesting because she essentially is saying, you've now taken your burden and given it to me.
And in our society, women are often looked at as well, what did you do wrong? And it is so hard to get out from under that. Of well, what did you do to make him look elsewhere? You know, were you not a good enough wife? Were you not, did you not make him happy enough?
Yep, it's sad but true. It's a woman gets sexually assaulted and it's what were you wearing? A woman is cheated on and it's, well, what did you do to make him cheat? It's like literally never the responsibility of the man to some people. Some people just are so internally misogynistic. There's nothing that you can do to convince them. Otherwise, it's always the woman's fault.
You like hoisted that on me. Like you gave that to me.
I don't think it's fair that as a society you're put in that position. It's certainly not true.
I like how she just stares at him. Like the words coming out of his mouth are so stupid. She's just like in disbelief looking at him. Like she just got through saying, you did this to me. You put me in this position. He's like, yeah, I'm so sorry that society did this to you.
Going back to like before I discovered the affair, it feels like going back to this weird fantasy world where like, I don't know, I thought we had this love that like transcended, I don't know. But it was a fantasy. It was like, you know, I trusted you so completely.
That is so sad. I know what that feels like because in a moment of finding out that someone clearly had no concern for you for so long or for your marriage, it just makes every part of the relationship with that person feel like none of it was ever real. Like, if you can do this to me now and so easily throw away what I thought was so big and important, then it must not have been that important to you. So who was I? It makes you feel like who you're looking at is a completely different person than what you thought. It's almost like every memory was an imposter or a stranger. And it makes you feel like you don't even know who you are anymore or like where you are in the room. It just completely shakes your reality. And it's sad because that's like a feeling that I've felt before, but I don't think that I can even fully understand where she's coming from because this is a person that she's literally been with her entire life and built a family with. How earth-shattering. And I think she's doing a really good job at processing it and explaining it. I just feel so bad that this has to all be such like a public thing. Like, it makes me feel uncomfortable watching because it just feels like she is somehow in her own head about needing to do this. I just hope that she's okay. I hope that she's comfortable. I hope that she's happy. And I hope that doing this is not something that she looks back on and regrets. I hope it truly did help her process.
We were just kids. And it's like, it really was a fantasy. And I just think, how could you do that to me? Like, who are you?
I'm so sorry.
Like, we had so much. There was so much. We had so much life left.
It's really hard to watch this. Guys, don't cheat, okay? If you're dating somebody, just break up with them. If you're in a marriage, go to therapy. If the therapy's not working, be honest with your spouse before you do something like this. It's just so not worth it. It's just so not worth it.
We still have so much life left. I don't know why I'm crying.
I think it's like the loss of that dream that we both had. It felt like that in that time period for me too.
First of all, I hate how she always second guesses herself. She'll say something beautiful and then be like, oh, gosh, well, what's wrong with me? Like, she judges herself for not having seen the signs, right? She was really judgmental towards herself then. And now you're just like, I don't know why I'm crying. Yes, you do. And it makes sense. And it's valid. Like, you're making me cry watching you. And saying we had so much life left is because you wanted to die next to this person, right? You didn't want to co-parent with someone who you could never look at the same. Sure, she can find ways, she'll say later that she can find ways to like enjoy spending time around him, but that's not what she vowed to do at the altar with him. She wanted to be with this man forever. She built a family with him, she built a life with him, and she saw that journey having so much life left. It makes sense. And God, I hate the me too. The loss of that dream that we both had. You don't get to talk about having that dream when you actively are the one who dismantled that dream.
It felt like that in that time period for me too.
Did it feel like that for you when you started fucking your employee or just when you got caught? How about the second time, third time, fourth time? But it was, I'm so sorry, Ned, that it was hard for you to lose the dream. You didn't lose the dream. You actively set the dream on fire.
What happened?
Well, the dream started to break apart for me. And
Oh, fuck off.
then, rather than being able to talk about it or to confront those feelings, I
Bullshit. Bullshit.
wanted to.
Confront what
I
feelings?
was too afraid to say how I was
Oh, fuck
actually
off.
feeling.
Fuck off. I was too afraid. The dream was falling apart. Dude, you got bored or something, or like somebody gave you some sort of attention, made you feel special at work, and thought you'd get away with it. You thought you could have your cake and eat it too. And when he realized he couldn't get away with it, now he's gonna retroactively go back and change the script and say, oh, well, I didn't know how to, what fucking what? Like, I just don't buy any of it.
You know, some days are really sad because I feel the loss. But other days, I feel a lot of gratitude and joy for where we're at now. Especially, I mean, our kids are awesome.
Look at the smile on her face when she thinks about her kids. Like, that is so pure to me and relatable. Like, I can't, like, I'm doing it now. I can't even think about my kids without smiling. Like, they are the light of my world. And it just shows me what she places value on. And almost immediately after she says this, he hops into saying this. Look at the smile on his stupid face.
I want to make stuff that helps people learn things, make stuff that helps people like empathize with others. And, you know, the idea behind the podcast is to tell stories of other people's challenging times and how they overcame them.
Ugh, God. I said it earlier, and I'll just say it again. He just wants people to empathize with him. And by the little smug look on his face, I think that he got through this podcast thinking, this is it. This is my moment. This is my moment to shine. Everyone's gonna forgive me now because I'm a sad puppy wearing a white shirt.
Will you ever be returning to some of your past work?
What kind of work?
Like your old podcast?
No. No, I don't think so. No, I'm grateful for my time there, but no, I think that era is over.
I just want to include that last clip because, like I said before, She has no interest in social media. She's done.
Do you think you're gonna be like a public, like, do you want to continue being an influencer?
Probably not.
This podcast was for Ned. Have his moment, redeem his career, launch this podcast, go back to life before he set everything on fire. And I'm sorry, dude. It's not going to work for you. And I'm really sorry if she in any way was baited into doing this. I have a really bad feeling that she was. I hope she wasn't. And even if whatever situations brought her here, I hope that this brought her comfort. I do know that there has been an outpouring of love. She is getting nothing but positivity in the comments, and I hope it gives her some self-confidence and makes her feel beautiful. She talked a little bit later in this video about part of the reason not wanting to be online is because she's, you know, turning 40 and doesn't want to hold herself to the beauty standards that influencers have, which that breaks my heart because I think she's absolutely stunning. Sorry, I'm spinning my fume because I'm anxious, because I'm so frustrated with some of this. She said she's dating someone else. I hope that is going wonderfully for her. And I hope that she finds all the happiness and love and support in this person that she did not get from him. And I hope she's able to open up to that process, because that's hard. It's hard to do that.
Thank you again to Ariel. Thank you for your honesty, your vulnerability, your directness. This truly meant a lot to me, and thank you for watching.
Okay, I've got to point something out really quick. He is so upbeat and happy here. Thank you. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Next week, I'm excited to not be the subject of the episode.
He's sitting in this is part of the intro, right? So when he sat there and recorded his first little clip of being so sorry, he finished what he had to say, took a deep breath, knowing he was going to insert the podcast there, and then went, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to smash that like button. So I just want you to understand a little bit the dynamic. You don't hear the vocal fry in his voice anymore, do you?
Next week, I'm excited.
I fucking can't. I'm so annoyed. I'm not even going to watch the end of this, which there's only 30 seconds left. I'm sparing myself that 30 seconds, guys. And I saw one comment on his video that I'd like to end this on the note of, yo, delete the channel and never come back. The audience heard everything we needed to hear. God bless Ariel. Dude, your comeback has failed. No thank you. Goodbye. You are irritating. I don't like your face. It's so interesting how when someone does something and they just, everything about them changes. Not that I ever thought Ned was like an attractive guy, but I wouldn't have really noticed how horribly unattractive he is until this entire thing happened. Anyway, sorry. I mean, I am coming off real catty in this video, but I am frustrated. I'm frustrated at the situation. I'm frustrated at his like weird need for attention and validation and pity and empathy. He wants so badly for people to feel sorry for him, and the amount of things that she said that were vulnerable, the amount of times she opened up just to have him be like, yeah, it was like really hard for me too. It was so sad. Make sure you guys tune in next week. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe, smash that like button. Thanks for letting me bitch about stuff on this channel. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Am I off base? Do you agree with me? What is your interpretation of Ned Flanders? All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
My wife, 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 my wife.